Jevrahandhamadhoma Jamihani Gopijanavalama Hare Krishna, everybody. So recently there was, I think, Thursday, day before yesterday, Madhvacharya's disappearance day. So whenever we have Acharya's appearance, disappearance, we should speak about them. Because now our life is to glorify Krishna and his devotees. Okay? That is our life dedicated to. So let us today talk about Madhvacharya. Okay? So you can feel privileged, wonderful to be at the shelter of. We are in the Madhvacharya Sampradaya, to be happy in his shelter. Actually, there was an elaborate presentation because whenever I used to go to Pajaka, we used to take all our devotees to Pajaka. And there we used to talk about Madhvacharya's birthplace. I used to have a huge Harinam, big prasad, and an elaborate presentation. But somehow I didn't find that, but I found a short one, but I think I can do the job. Good memory. Om Jnana-timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Krishnaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Devi Gauravani Pacharine Nirvisheshaya Shunyavadi Pashat Deshatarine Jayo Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasati Gaura Bhaktivedanta Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So interestingly, Madhvacharya's name also comes in the Shastra. Very few people are of such prominence that their name is put in the Shastra. One of the personalities is Madhvacharya. His name comes in two places. Number one, it comes with a very famous word, Sampradaya Vihina Mantra Nishphala. If you do not take a mantra from Sampradaya, then it is useless. So talking the value of Sampradayas, teaching from a Sampradaya. In that aspect, it comes that there are, in the Brahma Sampradaya, Madhvacharya. That is one place. Another place it comes that the Vayu will have three incarnations to assist a service in his service to the Lord. He's a Vayudeva, is a great personality, great devotee to the Lord. And one of the incarnations take as Hanuman, second one is Bhima, third one is Madhvacharya. Now, as Hanuman, we know he assisted Lord Rama in his service. And as Bhima, he assisted Lord Krishna in his service. Madhvacharya is actually came to assist Veda Vyasa in his service. Because Veda Vyasa's books were being misunderstood, misinterpreted, so he came to assist in his service. Okay, so this is Madhvacharya. And you can see always the symbol of two in his hand, signifying, if you can see in his hand, symbol of two, signifying that actually we and God are different. Dvaita, Dvaita, Siddhartha. His focus was on Jiva, is Anu, and God, Vishnu in Vibhu. Because of Shankaracharya's doctrine, which was needed at a particular time, it was Advaita Tattva had become prominent in the society. And most of the people were lost into this, confused, rather into this situation that they used to think that I am God or I'll become God. And today, if you see, most of the spiritual organizations are trapped within this. Or rather say they are lost within this Advaita Tattva. Most of them, they're all Advaitans. It was a temporary stopgap arrangement created by Shankaracharya, but it's not a permanent truth. So this is being clear. So there are three different incarnations of Vayu as a great devotee, assisting as Hanumanji, or Bhima, and as Madhvacharya. Even the shloka as I mentioned, Pratamo Hanuman, Vitiyo Bhima Sekascha, Titiyo Bhagavad Karya Sadhaka. This will be the Madhvacharya. In fact, there are so many things to talk about Madhvacharya. The most prominent which we know of is this one. In fact, here is looking very beautiful. I like our Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. It's looking very beautiful, Madhvacharya. Actually, I hadn't thought of books of Madhvacharya because we are in this belt. But I saw many times the authors focus on his power, physical power that he demonstrated, or the focus on his knowledge that he demonstrated. Jnana and Bala, and how powerful he is, how great he is. I do appreciate that point, but they forget the main point. He was a great devotee. And there are two deities we can say on earth at that time, which is very special. Both came to him. Deities came to him miraculously. It's unbelievable that these things can happen. And here is this deity, which is personally carved by Rukmini, which is lost after Dwarka went down on the earth. Things are here, there, 5,000, not 5,000, 4,000 years have happened. The deity is somewhere. And then what happens is that Madhvacharya is sitting on the bank of the ocean, and then he is doing his composition. Every moment he's engaged in service to the Lord. He's composing some verses, chanting some verses. Suddenly, something similar to what happens to Sanatana Goswami. Here, what happens is that boatman is in danger. There are some waves and cyclones, and he feels he will drown with all the things. He's a merchant. So Madhvacharya is sitting on the bank and, very effulgent sannyasi. So he just looks at him, with prayer. Please save me, my boat will drown, all the business items I have will drown. Please save me. Looks at Madhvacharya. And Madhvacharya notices him, and he is incarnation of Vayu. So it's not very difficult for him. He takes out his chadar, which is always, sannyasis of chadar on their shoulder. In fact, kurta is something new in India. People generally sannyasis not wear stitched cloth. They just wear simple, like one chadar below, one dhoti, and one chadar. So he took out his chadar and just took it to the air, and all the the wind, everything stopped. Just everything stopped, and the person was so grateful. He ran to Madhvacharya, fell at his feet. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You did some miracle. I don't know, something you did, some miracle. You saved my life. You saved my whole business. I'm so grateful to you. Can I give you something? Madhvacharya said, oh, that's fine. That's fine. It's okay. It's fine. Chant Krishna's name. No, that person said, no, I have some chandan. You put a lot of chandan on your head. I can see. I had gone to Dwarka, so a lot of chandan is there with me. The stones, I use chandan stones I took from Dwarka to balance my ship. The ship sometimes weight goes this way, that way. They have some stones to balance, whole system. So, can I give you one chandan stone? Madhvacharya said, okay, that's fine. It's unbelievable, a miracle like this, that a deity was there in the stone. Nobody knew that. So when he wanted to give the stone to Madhvacharya, it broke open, and inside were Krishna and Balaram. Unbelievable this is. And he got this deity. This is the special deity made by the Rukmini herself of Krishna as a butter thief. Just imagine. That's what installed in Udupi. So this isn't this a miracle? It is unimaginable. The another deity at that time, which was very, very special, that is called Mool Rama deity. And that is still there with Udupi sannyasis. So what happened was that when Lord Rama appeared at his palace, Rama deity was already there. Rama, Lakshmana, Hanuman, or Rama, Lakshmana, Sita deity and Hanuman was already there, being worshipped not. When Lord Rama came, he said, we can keep it inside, I have come now. So they locked it up, and Lord Rama's pastimes are going on. So one day Lakshmana informed Lord Rama that there is a devotee of yours that he eats only after taking your darshan. Just like many people, morning we get up, isn't at home, we light the lamp in the puja room, then we take food. We don't take before that. Some worship, and then after darshan of the Lord, we take food. And here is this person, when Lord Rama goes out for some work, fast for many days. So Lakshmana informed that this person is very devoted to you like this. So why don't we do something? So Lord Rama said, call him. He called him, and Lord Rama very mercifully took out this deity. He said, these deities are non-different from me. Take, give it to him. And he was very happy that he can see the deities every day and he can take his meal and serve those deities. So that's all happened. Now these deities went down hand to hand. And when Madhvacharya came, these deities were there with a particular king in some part of India. Exact now, because my presentation slides are missing, so I cannot tell you the exact names now. So Madhvacharya told one of his disciples, go there, serve that king. Very soon you will get opportunity, bring those deities in. Sent with that mission. And his disciples were extremely learned. So he went there, and he was so learned that very soon the king made him the Rajguru, the main guru for the king and the other people. And the king died. Now the small child, his son has to be the guru. But then, next king, the child has to be the next king, but he's taken care by others. And this person actually trained him. He became a king later. When he became a king, he said, what can I do to you? I'm so grateful to you. He said, give me those deities. He said, how can we give? These are the main deities of our kingdom. We worship them day and night. Okay, I cannot say no to you, but allow me to once in a while come and take darshan. He said, yes, that's fine. You're not doing some private worship. We can come and take darshan. And he brought the deities, Mool Rama deities, to Madhvacharya. And we can understand, as is Hanuman, mood, he wants to have those deities. Just miracles after miracles if you see the life of Madhvacharya. In fact, I wish I will soon be arranged for Mangalore Yatra for all of you. And I can take you to the Pajika, the birthplace of Lord, birthplace of Madhvacharya. And we see miracles, miracles at that house, which he did. It will be bewildering for you to see that. Once his mother called him, Madhvacharya, come. That time in the beginning, his childhood name is Vasudeva. Please come. Why? The father is waiting for you for lunch. And he's on the top of the mountain. He's on the top of a mountain where temple is there, Devi temple is there, Yogamaya temple. And he jumped from the mountain, flew from the mountain, and he landed near the house. And when he landed, on the stone marks came. To this day, those marks are preserved. The stone is still preserved and worshipped at his place. Thar. Imagine somebody is flying from a mountain and thar falls on the rock. Definitely his impression would come. There's so many like that in his house. There is a situation that his father had taken some loan. At that time, you take loan for some bulls or something. Life is based on agriculture and cows and bulls. And he could not repay. He had some financial difficulty. So the money lender who had given him the loan, he came. And his father was feeling so bad about it. Nobody ate in the house that day. Because, you're not able to pay the loan. He's sitting outside with no money. Madhvacharya was not there. He came back home. He said, Father, what happened? Nobody's eating. It's all sad. The father said, man is sitting outside. We don't have money to pay. How can we even eat? We're feeling horrible. I said, okay. So he went to that one tree and a tamarind tree, some things, and the seeds were lying on the ground. He picked up those seeds. He says, here's your money. He can create any kind of siddhi. And that person just went away. I got my money. The seeds he took and went. Hypnotized. What do you say? So next day, his father collected money from the friends and all and went to his house. I'm sorry, that day you came to my house, I could not pay your money. Now here is the money, take. No, I've been paid. So many times when people go to the Pajaka Kshetra, they are from that tree, that may not be the same tree, but the descendant of the tree, because 800 years are over, child of the tree and another child of the tree, they take some of those seeds and put in there. Everybody goes, puts in their locker. Then another instance in childhood that his father was teaching him how to write. That's Akshar. There's a ceremony where we teach child first day how to write. And many houses, we call it a ceremony that day, Akshara, whatever ceremony. And father was teaching him on a rock. Previously, to be rock, you don't have books. So, some slate kind of thing. He's writing. So he wrote something, and next day again he wrote. So he told his father, Father, tell me why you are repeating. This you taught yesterday. Why are you repeating the same thing? The father was shocked. This boy, I have to teach only once. He remembers everything. It's too, in fact, it was surprising for the father that he's too sharp, this one. In fact, his father was a great devotee of the Lord, and he used to pray. That time, this Krishna temple was not there. There are other temples at Udupi. He used to go and pray there. And he didn't have a child for a long time. Madhvacharya was born. Once his mother, very, Sri Radha Govinda ki, and once the mother with a special alankara, and we did polishing of all the small little students. So darshan was there by 15. So once what happened, his mother was there in an assembly. And there was some Puranika. Puranika means who's narrating the Puranas. When Puranika was narrating from the Puranas, and Madhvacharya, the small boy, is sitting in an assembly. So the Puranika was influenced by, as I told you, everybody at the time. His descent was to save the world from Advaita. So what Puranika was presenting things in a wrong way, influenced by the Mayavada. And Madhvacharya's birth is just for that purpose, to save people from Mayavada and bring them to Vaishnava Tattva. That is the task he came for. Hanumanji came for the task as now a learned man, not no. So he asked, even in the lap of his mother, he immediately got up. Hey Puranika, why are you giving wrong explanations of the Shastra? Oh, because small child challenged him. So he asked him, what is your explanation? He said, this is the explanation. He had no words to say. And then when Madhvacharya grew up, actually his real guru was Vedavyasa because he had come for service to assist Vedavyasa. At the age of around 10, 11 years, Madhvacharya decided to take sannyas. Can you believe it? 10, 11 years, he hardly doing anything. So he decided, there was a personality called Achyuta Preksha. What is the name? Achyuta Preksha. He came there to Udupi and he was praying to the Lord. Even though he was a Vaishnava, he was confused by the Mayavada Tattva. And he was praying to the Lord, please help me to come out of this confusion. And Madhvacharya, Krishna sent the disciple to correct the Guru. Therefore, Madhvacharya is not the disciple of Achyuta Preksha. He is actually a disciple of Vedavyasa. Disciple cannot correct the Guru. Correct? So it's not a principle. But anyway, he is his, formal Guru, formality. Just like Bali Maharaj, formal Guru is Shukracharya, but real Guru Bali Maharaj is Prahlad Maharaj. From here he learned Shuddha Bhakti. So Madhvacharya then felt it is fit to accept him as a disciple and to fulfill his desire, Krishna. So Achyuta Preksha said, okay, but the problem is not, his father will not agree, father, mother, because he's so young and they got him after so much prayers. So, his father said, okay, you can only go if there is another child at home. I cannot have like this, getting a child after so many prayers and the child leaves home and takes sannyas. He said, okay, I'll wait for that. And shockingly, when he's not having child, he got child next year. Another child, the younger brother of Madhvacharya. And then he fell at some more childhood pastimes, I'll tell you, at the Pachika. He fell at the feet of Achyuta Preksha and he accepted it. And then he said, you have to take permission of your mother also. The father made the condition. He came home and asked, if you not take keys, mother couldn't. Mother, I'm taking sannyas. Now mother could not speak anything. You can't play with them. Mother, somehow it tricked his mother. Mother could not say anything. And he then took sannyas. And now he's in the Gurukul of Achyuta Preksha. Now when he's in the Gurukul of Achyuta Preksha opened a book. And interestingly, it's a Mayavada book written by Mayavadis. He opened, read the first paragraph. Madhvacharya's blood boiled because he has come for this mission. He pointed out dozens of mistakes in that one paragraph itself. And Achyuta Preksha could not even argue. His mouth was shut. All boys were looking. He could not even speak one more word. He just blocked everything he's speaking. Now what does he do? He closed the book and the Gurukul almost closed. He can't take a class because this boy will find fault if he opens the book. So many days no class happened. So one day he was taking his bath in the well, as generally traditionally sannyasis do, taking bath from the well. And suddenly Madhvacharya, a small boy, came, who just taken his shelter as a shishya, superficial, and fell at the feet of Achyuta Preksha. Please forgive me for the sin which I did not do. I didn't do any mistake, but you are upset at me. Please forgive me, for any mistake. But I know I didn't make any mistake. You're speaking something wrong and I corrected. So at least, as a disciple, please pardon me if I hurt you. Good etiquette. Achyuta Preksha became polite. And then he decided, okay, let me start my Gurukul class again. So he brought Bhagavatam this time. Now, the problem was that previously books were not printed like today. They're handwritten. And when you make handwriting copy, there may be a mistake. Correct? And then copying up or something. So there were two different readings of the same verse. Some one word or something was different. So Achyuta Preksha was saying, so we have to find out which is the correct one. Madhvacharya said, I know that person is correct, not this person is wrong. So Achyuta Preksha got little, irritated. So how do you know? I know. If you know, please repeat to me 5th canto of Bhagavatam. Now, 5th canto of Bhagavatam is special because there are many proses in that book. You understand? Just like there are, mostly we find in Bhagavatam, there are poetry, but paragraph kind with no poetry. There are many verses without any like that. Proses, you can say, without a poetry. Therefore, it becomes very difficult to remember. A shloka, Chintamani, Prakara, Sadhamash, easy to remember because it's like a poetry. But if I say like a line, it is difficult to remember. Madhvacharya narrated the whole 5th canto word by word without looking anything. It has context because he is not ordinary personality. And Achyuta Preksha, totally shocked. And later he, made him the head of his next, the Acharya. He gave him the name Purna Pragna. His previous name was Vasudeva Purna Pragna. Later his name became Madhvacharya. So this would happen. And anyway, so Madhvacharya then with his disciples traveled to Badrikashram. Now Madhvacharya is Hanuman himself, is Bhima himself. He has unlimited power within him. So he showed many miracles throughout his journey. That's all documented in the book. When he's walking sometimes, he will take them over the river. River is there, no boatman. Hold my hand. He's Pavan Putra, no? Walk. They'll walk over the river. And they did so many miracles like that. Once when he was walking to go to meet Vedavyasa in the Himalayan mountain, there are tigers, wild animals are there. So the tiger attacked one of his disciples. They were walking together. They want the tigers to catch the neck and they try to kill him. So as he was about to catch one of his disciples, he got a slap and he flew in the air somewhere. The Madhvacharya was in extreme situation, showing his power. He was not generally showing his power. Later, it did happen. Many times people came to know it's extremely powerful. People knew that. And many Pahalwans used to come to test it. And Madhvacharya used to just put his leg on the ground. He would lift, and they could not even touch. There are many instances. That's why I've seen those books. Generally, they focus on this miraculous power of Madhvacharya. But I would like to focus more on his pure devotion. So he met Vedavyasa, and Vedavyasa sitting in a big assembly. All Vedavyasa is not visible to normal people. He's still there. He's Chiranjeevi and still staying at, always present. Great souls are always present. And Badrikashram is present, and there were many great sages also hearing him. He's the incarnation of God. And the great sages discussion is going on. At the moment Madhvacharya comes, Vedya says, hey, come. Calls him. Because he knows who is. Sit next to him. Made him sit just next to him, like what you're seeing here. And then after that, he has written commentary on Bhagavad Gita and other books. And he tells to Vedavyasa that I did a commentary. Is it fine? And this is wonderful. So he's written something according to my capacity. I've written. Don't write like that. I know who you are. Is it corrected? According to what something like people can understand. So he was great, and he gave various orders to him. Write this also, write this also, write this also. And not only that, is it come. It took him to take darshan of in Badrikash and non-Narayan Rishi. And you ordinary man, we can't even take the darshan, but they're there. He took Madhvacharya and got him even darshan of Narayan Rishi, and he was blessed by them also. Then he came back. He went like that couple of times to Vedavyasa because he is his real guru. And things continued. Many times people used to come to meet Madhvacharya, and they used to be debate for days. But at the end of it, they used to surrender to Madhvacharya. Many big stalwart Mayavadis, followers of Shankaracharya, many big leaders, they used to come to meet Madhvacharya. But after hearing him, talking with him, very gently. But today, this kind of Vada Vivada is not possible. Many people tell me, and I will remember somewhere I had gone, a student said, "Sir, can I debate with you?" I said, "No, I'm sorry." So that's the way Madhvacharya did. I said, "No, that today it's not practical." Because generally the egos are so high. Yeah, by just Vada Vivada, we cannot do it. Previously, Vada Vivada was done keeping egos at a distance, done with great respect, and people used to share philosophy with great affection, with respect. And if there's something new to learn, people used to accept. Oh, great. Great. Please teach me this. I want to learn. That's called a disciple. They used to discuss and become each other disciples, whoever has better understanding. And this is how in India, Madhvacharya went all around and took out the biggest of followers of Shankaracharya and they became his disciples. Correct? But still Shankara Tattva is alive, Advaita is still a lot of work to be done. But it is stopgap arrangement, it's not a permanent arrangement. And Madhvacharya has a contribution, one of the biggest contribution to correct the Advaita Tattva. And nobody has ever come from the school of Mayavada and say that the correction of Madhvacharya is wrong. They can't even touch it. It's a defeated philosophy. It's needed at a particular time. Not only Madhvacharya, many stalwarts like Ramanacharya also defeated the philosophy. Even Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also defeated the philosophy. And nobody has come from the school of Mayavada. So no, he said that, but actually we have an answer. There is no answer. It's a defeated philosophy. So that's Madhvacharya. Yeah, and he's teaching his unlimited disciples. Before I go to that, something is ending pastime, let me talk about something very interesting in childhood. He used to go all around the place every day. If you go to the place of birth of Madhvacharya, there is a place where Parashuram came. There are two mountains actually next to that place. One is Yogamaya Temple. After appearance, that Krishna was born. At the same time, Yogamaya was born to Mother Yashoda. And she came to the hand of Kamsa by the time. She had taken the role of Mahamaya. Kamsa can't touch Yogamaya. In his hand was Mahamaya. Anyway, that's a separate discussion. So this Yogamaya temple is there in one of the mountains and it's very popular. The other mountain, temple of Parashuram. The Parashuram actually came to many places. Great personalities can appear in many places in time. You see many places, the pastimes of Narasimhadev also. So here, Parashurama came on the top of the mountain and threw his 4 weapons, which are used for the slaughter. Correct? Parashurama had destroyed the Kshatriyas many times. How many? 21, 27 times, 21 times. Destroyed the whole Kshatriya, practically wiped out because they were become totally religious and not listen to any instructions from the Brahmins. Now, having done that, he came to that place and threw his 4 weapons. Now, all the weapons are divya. Like in Mahabharata, you see that Arjuna kind of weapons he's using. They're all divya. Nobody has those weapons today. So what he had, Parashuram is incarnation of God. His weapons were, first was khadga, a chopper, which he used mainly to kill all the Kshatriyas. Then he also had a gada. Then he had a bow. When you have bow, you will have an arrow also. So these 4 became Dhanush Tirtha, Bana Tirtha, Gada Tirtha, and Khadga, whatever you call it, Tirtha, Parashu Tirtha. So these 4 Tirthas are there below the mountain at different places. Definitely, the Gada is nearest. Gada will fall first, heaviest. But in anyway, he can throw anyway. But still, Gada Tirtha is next to the mountain, and others are far away. And every day, Madhvacharya, as a small boy, used to go and take dip in those tirtha. Because tirtha means you should take the water on your head or take a bath. Daily, he used to do that. And mother was very worried because, small child goes everywhere. And mother said, I have so much anxiety. Every day you go all around the places. You're a small kid. Okay, mother. Took a small stick in his hand. In front of the house, there was a lamp. Touched the lamp. Suddenly water started appearing. And today it is Vasudeva Tirtha at the house of Madhvacharya at Pajik. Much later, one day he was telling his father before he took sannyas, my dear father, I want that Krishna Bhakti should be spread all around the world. Everybody in the world will become Krishna Bhakta. The father, who was also a great devotee, he was also Puranika, he said, my dear son, it's not possible. The world is all full of atheism and Mayavada, all, totally people are not inclined to service to the Lord. This is impossible. As impossible if a stick in your hand, small stick in your hand, you put in the ground and a tree comes out. So he told his father, if I put the stick in my hand, stick is a dead stick, a dead wood, in my ground, and a tree comes out, will that prove that Krishna Bhakti will spread all around the world? Father said, yes, it's as impossible as that. It cannot happen. I said, okay, my dear father, watch. Took the stick, put it in the ground, poof, a tree came out. And to this day, the tree is 800 years, definitely the tree's descendants will be there, child of the tree and another child of the tree. The tree is still standing. In fact, when we go to Pachika, we sit below the tree and we do Harinam Sankirtan. Because in one way, Madhvacharya has predicted his God. It will spread all around the world. And this is the branch of Madhvacharya, which is actually spread Krishna consciousness all around the world. So that's one. Okay. Now comes the closing pastime. So Madhvacharya was sitting in there are two temples next to the Udupi Krishna temple. One is called Chandramauleshwara temple and other one is Ananteshwara temple. Both Lord Shiva temples. And Madhvacharya was sitting with his disciples and he was preaching to them. You can see all disciples, with 1,000 disciples. And he was giving his deities to them, what all he had acquired. Now you take care of this deity, you take care of this deity, you take care of this deity. He was giving his deity. And disciples, he had Ashta Mathas established and each of the Matha leaders were very gratefully accepting. Not like what we say, Galagraha, oh my God, now so much puja I have to do. They were very blessed, very, very grateful. And he was giving them instructions how to proceed with the preaching and different systems he was creating. And devotees are offering flowers at him. It disappeared. It disappeared from the sight. Can you believe this? The last minute, just disappeared. And if you go to the temple, opposite to Udupi temple, in the temple, they have written in the Sanskrit the message, at this place it disappeared. And then Overi, to be the Vyasa, but at his feet of his guru. So this is the final pastime. Okay, so take his blessings. I should have taken the class on Thursday, but I missed it. So I think it is useful. So Sri Madhvacharya ki Jai. Hare Krishna. Anything somebody wants to ask a question? Any pastime I missed? Hare Krishna, everybody.
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji.
Hare Puja Vrinda Mataji. Hare Krishna, tell Mataji, she is the Madhva. we'll have some pastime. Yes, Mataji.
Prabhuji say that in near Udupi, there's a place called Malpe. Even though there's a similar this thing temple, which is like Krishna temple in Udupi. It's Balram. Okay. Okay.
Because Balaram is established there only, and Krishna is established at Udupi.
Okay.
Some people said one more deity called Janardana deity, which came along with the three. So there's Janardana temple also. Then you go on the way. Okay.
So that Moolarama temple is still there in Udupi temple only. That is also worshipped. Yes.
There are Ashta sannyasis. One of the sannyasis in one of the Ashta mathas, they keep it. So when they are doing paryaya, I remember so many ISKCON sannyasis when they visit, say, can we take that darshan? So we have to look at that sannyasi because they personally keep with them and the small deities, and they're still worshipping them daily. They bathe them. So when that matha, Ashta matha is in paryaya, daily used to be there. So I used to go sometimes take darshan.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
The deity personally stays with one of the Ashta Mata sannyasis, and only he takes personal worship and care. Okay. Priyadarshini Mataji, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, how are you?
I'm fine, Prabhu. I'm fine.
You're taking level 2 classes now?
Yes, Prabhu, I'm taking the classes.
Good. How many people are there?
Today I'm chanting. It's nice, Prabhu. Very, very, very enlightening, Prabhu. Very, very assuring. Feel very happy, Prabhu. Yeah. Prabhu, actually, today I'm going to chant the first chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Prabhu. By God's grace, Krishna's grace.
Okay.
Madhvacharya was also called Ananda Tirtha, na, Prabhu? Ananda Tirtha.
One more name, Ananda Tirtha. Ananda Tirtha, Purna Pragna, and finally Madhvacharya. Anna?
Yes, Prabhu. Yeah.
Therefore, and because the child name Vasudeva at his home, Vasudeva Tirtha it is called, that what he created at home. There are many more pastimes with this guru also. So many pastimes are there, but I just I could remember, I could speak.
We should have a session on that, Prabhu. Separate session on that.
No, I'll create a yatra to Mangalore and take you to Pachaka. We will have all there. And
I've seen all that, Prabhu. I've been there, Prabhu.
We will do big Kirtan there, Harinam Sankirtan together.
Yeah.
We always used to do. Our Kesha Prabhu used to lead a massive Kirtan there, and it is very, very ecstatic. And then they arrange a very nice prasadam. We used to regularly do. Now with all of you, we will take, and maybe 10-15 buses. Anna?
Yeah, yes, Prabhu. Yeah, we'll go there.
Okay, Vrindavan, those who are not booked, book.
Book, Prabhu. I'm coming, Prabhu. I'm coming.
Those who are not done, please do fatafat. Don't worry, Corona is over now. At least now we are at the down, so I hope we always depend on Krishna. This is the situation. We can just getting a small window before another wave comes. So that is one.
We'll come straightly to Vrindavan, Prabhu. We'll come straightly to Vrindavan only, no?
Yes. We will meet there. Take care. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Anybody wants to add somebody else, something else? So Ekadashi today. So please chant more, read more, and try to see that not a moment is wasted on Ekadashi. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.